What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up, and you are now tuned into CFO Sports. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Dallas Cowboys officially kicked off training camp today, and I could not be more excited to see our boys back in action, to see our offense back out there, see our defense out there, see Dak Prescott, see Micah Parsons, see Trayvon Diggs. And, even though it was light practice, there was a few fans out there having a good time. The weather was nice, and, you got to see a glimpse of what this team has to bring for the 2022 season. So, Jalen Tolbert, our rookie wide receiver, it looks like he and Dak Prescott are off to a good start. They connected on a few big plays. Dak trusts him. He threw into some tight windows when Jalen Tolbert was actually able to come down with the catch and secure the catch. And so it seems like they're already starting to build that connection. Now, of course, you won't really know until you get into game speed, right? But for the most part, when they went to scrimmages today, they were flying out there. They were playing pretty fast. And so, it was good to see Dak and Jalen Tolbert already connect. And I think that's going to continue throughout the 2022 season. CeeDee Lamb looked great, had a few big catches out there. It looks like he's kind of settled down a little bit with his route running. He's being a little bit more efficient. Like CeeDee Lamb feels it now, like he is finally that guy, and you can see that translate out there on the field. When it comes to our third wide receiver in James Washington, I will say this. The guy has speed. He can get behind the defense. He got behind Nashawn Wright for a big play. He did not come down with it, came up a little gimpy, but it kind of just shows you the stride of what he's able to bring to our offense. So if he and Dak are able to get in sync, I think that James Washington is going to be our deep ball threat throughout this season, but we definitely got to keep an eye on it right there. You see, he was wide open, just didn't come down with the catch, but it's practice. A lot of people are questioning Dak Prescott today because we're talking about practice, right? Practice is where you go to get better for the game. It's the first day of practice. Chill some people. But also the tight end position right there. So you saw Dalton Schultz. He made a few catches out there. But I will say this. We definitely got to keep an eye on Sean McKeon. Sean McKeon had a great camp in preseason last year before the injury, and it looked like today he got off to a great start. So I like what I see from Sean McKeon out there. You see Tony Pollard right there with the snag as well, getting out in space. Didn't too much with the running game as well because, like I said, it was just, helmets on. There wasn't too much tackling going on, so you really can't judge the running game. And then right there you see Anthony Brown with the pick six. Anthony Brown saying, I'm like that too. Now, defensively, I like what I saw from the defense. And the one thing I love the most, Cowboys Nation, is Jabril Cox. He is cranked up to the max. So Jabril Cox is not on the PUP list. He was out there at practice today, he and Micah Parsons, and they were flying. And I love what I saw from Jabril Cox. Also looked at a situation where you saw a lot of Jaron Kearse being intertwined with the linebackers. So you might think that maybe Jaron Kearse is going to kind of fill that void of what we lost in Keanu Neal. He's going to play a little bit all over the field. Big nickel, big dime. Jaron Kearse is that jackknife when it comes to our defense. And so you're going to see him playing in different spots. But he was playing a lot with the linebacker core today. Anthony Brown had a big day, like I said, with the pick six. Trayvon Diggs doing what Trayvon Diggs does. Didn't have any interceptions, but he was light today. And so I like what I saw from our defense. Sam Williams, he has some energy. He's turned up. He has speed. He has pass rush. Dan Quinn is going to put his hands on Sam Williams and bless him. He's teaching. And it sounds like Sam Williams is a guy that's willing to learn, and he's eager to learn. When it comes to our offensive line, I like what I saw. So you might hear some articles or some tweets circulating that our rookie offensive guard, Tyler Smith, did not start today. It's okay if Connor McGovern started today at left guard because Tyler Smith did get first team reps. Everyone wants to panic. Everyone's going to kind of create this story. It's not the case. I fully expect Tyler Smith to be our starter for the upcoming season. And Zach Martin did an interview today on 105.3 The Fan this morning, so definitely check that out. He spoke very highly of Tyler Smith, his work ethic, but like Zach Martin says, we'll see once the pads come on. So that's when Tyler Smith is really going to have to prove himself, and I think he will because he's a physical guy, and that's when he's going to really show out when he gets into the trenches. Also on 105.3 The Fan today, Stephen Jones. So they did an interview with Stephen Jones. He had a lot to say, and they asked him some tough questions. And I want to salute the Dallas Cowboys media. Like, they are really pressing ownership and management with the hard questions that a lot of us have been asking, right? What really happened this offseason? Now, Stephen Jones didn't go too hard when it went to the departures of Randy Gregory, Amari Cooper and Lyle Collins. He didn't want to harp on those guys and say it's for particular reasons, like they didn't bring effort or value to the team. But he did say something that concerned us, right? And he says, winning in the offseason has got us nowhere. I'm not making that up. I repeat, Stephen Jones said winning in the offseason has gotten us nowhere. And I'm thinking, when the hell have we ever tried to win in the offseason? So he spoke about the Rams mentality and what they've done. And yes, it won them a Super Bowl, but he just believes that that's not the winning formula. But how can you say something is not the winning formula when they just won with that But he talked about building with the future, and he believes in the future. So they asked him a question about the swing tackle position specifically, and Stephen Jones said that, they haven't addressed the swing tackle position because they believe in Matt Waletzko, and they also believe in Josh Ball, who are unproven guys, but he believes in their upside. So they are willing to gamble on upside versus the known, versus getting a veteran who knows the game, his limitations, that what he's going to bring to the field. They rather just go with the guys who have tremendous upside. Now, granted, sometimes that can work, but sometimes that can also explode into your face. And so he mentioned when it comes to the cap space, they're using about $15 million. They allocate some of that towards the practice squad players. Yeah, he said so 15 million of that goes to the practice squad, right? And he says they have a portion of it that's dedicated just in case they need to go sign a guy, right? And so they asked him, what position could you be looking at where you think that you might have to go sign a guy? And he said wide receiver. He said due to possible injuries. He spoke very highly on Jalen Tolbert, but when it came to James Washington, he kind of said slow progressing. We want to slowly progress. James Washington is slowly progressing. So whenever a front office or a coach says slowly progressing, that's nothing you want to hear when it comes to a guy, especially that you think, we know is definitely going to need to impact day one. So slow progression didn't get me excited when it comes to Stephen Jones talking about James Washington. So, we'll see how that all works out, but it looks like they do kind of have some cash reserves sitting in case they need to go sign a wide receiver or not. But it sounds like for the most part, they're going to trust the young guys until it's proven otherwise, man. So your boy J Tuck, first day of camp. I'm excited. Salute to all my people out there in Oxnard. Hope you all have a good time, man. It's nice weather out there. I'm missing out, but it is what it is, man. We're gonna sit here and give you guys the content that you guys love and deserve, man. So we're here. We're gonna keep turning this thing up. So that's why you gotta turn on that notification bell. You gotta comment. You gotta like, subscribe, share, because we're gonna have a fun 2022 NFL season, and you're going to miss out if you're not subscribed, man. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And Stephen Jones, spend some damn money, please. Peace.